Just like I'm streaming. What are you doing?
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough.
Come here. What are you doing?
Now do me a
I'm
kindness
streaming.
and get some sleep.
You
I'll be
come
back
over
round
here.
later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel.
You come over here, Johnny.
You're the sweet, sweet
You
lady
come
of
over here.
mercy.
All right.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again.
All right, I'm coming.
You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise.
You.
I'm very
You
happy
get
to see
dressed?
you.
The pleasure is
my potion?
mine, Doctor.
Okay, thanks, dudes.
I hope you're more disposed to answer.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hand.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening.
I'd like to...
Wise choice. It's safer here. Anywhere else.
Oh yeah.
I've wasted too much energy for so little result.
If Pembroke is still standing after this epidemic, there's good reason to be proud.
Another night of the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Let's see.
It's locked.
A giant morgue disguised.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones?
What?
Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Disappear.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings.
Blackmail? Wait.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine.
Thank you for your time. Miss Jones, greet. Now, I need to ask,
Well,
have you noticed any suspicious comings or goings?
it would be a great deal easier to make a list of things.
Come now, Miss Jones.
Have you no
Everyone here,
thieves and murderers, the lot?
if you could just tell...
It's terrible, Doctor. What with a pain in my chest.
I see.
No one comes to visit, you know.
I'll come and visit... The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew.
She could have been telling the truth.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough.
No matter how you...
Who says I don't care for her?
What can you tell me about...
Let me...
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Blood boil with the fever.
I'm in pain. I need my medication.
It's here again. Hey dudes. How you doing? You are so handsome.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Oh, hey, buddy. I was looking for that. Where did you find it?
Have you heard about any blackmail going on in this hospital?
Blackmail?
This is a rocket
Nonsense.
blaster. It's actually a rocket.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think?
Strickland is playing with his...
Are you think...
Harvey...
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered.
Other people may say that's too
Conservative. And...
And are you not afraid that your rival...
Rivalry?
Thank you for your time. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have...
The people who work here...
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do...
To clear Dr. Tippett's name must be the decision of Dr. Swansea.
I respect Dr. Swansea's authority and
Why does Dr. Tippett...
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
You're so handsome.
Daddy,
Yeah?
you know what this is?
Yeah?
It is a supervisor.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett.
I'm so glad you...
I hope you're right.
Rocket.
This...
Dr. Tippett's must...
Goodbye, nurse. Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed,
Have you heard of any...
I have no time.
Goodbye, Dr.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadogan fellow.
The pain. It's here again. What must I do? What must I do? This isn't even my neighborhood. We've dodged death so many times. Oswald, you can't just die like this.
Don't worry, we're safe. Don't worry, we're safe. No one is here. Relax. Don't worry, we're safe.
I love you.
Daddy,
Yeah?
Don't worry,
you know
we're
what
safe.
this said?
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
What is this?
I don't
Be
know,
careful.
what is it?
You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Ooh. You got this as well.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
It's green.
Here's your green.
What sort of creature is this?
What?
What's the grain that the rocket's holding?
I don't know. What is it?
It's bouncy. See?
Like that? Uh-oh. I think it fell in the box. Hi.
Hi, Daddy.
How are you?
Good.
What you up to? Okay, in just a couple of minutes, okay? I'm just streaming. It's a scary game. Do you want... Hey, look. There's cookies right here. There's animal cookies. And then there's Teddy Grahams if you want some Teddy Grahams. You want any of those?
No.
No? Okay. Who said you could shovel? Hmm?
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Johnny, I'm gonna eat you. I'm just playing a game that I don't want you to see, okay? Okay. And I'm gonna eat you.
You again. What do you want?
Good.
Oh, Johnny? Come here, buddy. I got a PJ Masks game. Do you want to try it? You want to try it? Are you sure? This one just came out.
I played it already.
Really?
I played.
See? This one's different. Alright.
Daddy.
Yeah. Good job.
Already played the previous one.
I know, but there's a new one.
Daddy.
Yeah? What? You know, this is a different game. Really?
And vehicle.
Yeah, but this is different.
Daddy.
Yeah?
Mine's different.
You want to try it?
No, thank you.
Okay. Here, here's the Hot Wheels car. Is that the car you want? What? You did. Good job, buddy.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them!
deserve.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah, buddy.
Make drug stuff. Spits out from up there.
That's just crazy. Is that crazy?
It's just sticking in.
Stay
Go somewhere else. Yeah. See this.
Take a breath for this!
It's one of them!
Watch it! It's a killer! breath it is! This is no place for you, sir. Step away, sir.
When did you join the guard? 2 days ago. This is my first patrol.
Elite! Elite!
It's elite! Kill it! Oh my God!
It's closed. It's locked, all right.
You're mine, vermin!
There's more and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye. But the guards recruit more and more every year.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Fuck you all! Fuck you all! Stop it now, Albert! Stop it!
I cannot enter. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could...
Speaking of which, what can you...
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place.
This place is awful, I agree.
That's exactly what my father says.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Goodbye, young man.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask...
I'm not bothered. Death is so cold. I hoped it would be more meaningful.
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another. Please, Joe.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist?
I'm not a journalist. I'm
a doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed, isn't it?
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. John...
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more.
According to you, physicians are scarce.
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are...
This part of town does have quite a reputation.
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Why is your relation...
Harry and I are so different. Sometimes I wonder...
Why not change that, then?
How dare you tell me what I should...
You're a bat.
I don't think I like your...
I'd like to see you try, Colossus.
Never.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
I've always put my son's interests above everything.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choice.
Since the criminal nature of your...
No one will ever take my son away from me.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one.
Oops.
Goodbye, Miss...
Welcome, sir. Please.
I am Dr.
Doctor? Interesting.
Right then.
Fancy pop.
You never... Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleet...
That doesn't explain.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
How is business around here?
Business? I had no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing...
I see.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spent...
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day.
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war?
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to...
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever. Madness. Something like that.
Where did this happen?
In the closed workshops nearby.
Goodbye for now.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now, goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Really?
We need to pick all the stuff.
Yeah?
Send it to the water very slow. With my saucer magnet to attract stuff up.
I think I'm gonna eat you, Johnny.
Daddy?
Yeah?
Do you know what that is?
What?
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 You can see that laser.
Really?
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church. They just mentioned. Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really?
Ah, my brother has spoken of your recent...
I'd like to see what kind of...
Good evening.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Do you know...
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Goodbye.
You again?
Goodbye.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barry.
I'm cheap and I'm clean. Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what...
All right then, but...
Christina, have you been examined?
I don't like doctors or hospitals.
Considering your...
If it is going to happen, it will happen.
You can put...
And you think that would worry me?
Tell me about it.
Are you joking with me?
I have no interest in your work.
Short story.
I always thought I was the master of my own.
You know, this money is not only for me.
Do you know...
I don't know her. But I know her name is Dorothea Crasionescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to...
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should...
Goodbye. I cannot enter.
Protection against malevolence and trickery.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Dr. Reed, the famous sir.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
It's confidential.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby.
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Have you any idea of the...
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu...
I'm convinced there is more.
Really?
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth?
Whitechapel is the crucible of so...
That's quite honorable of you.
But not at all, sir.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza?
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
If no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes. This is...
Goodbye, Mr. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son.
I am Dr. John...
A scientist? You are much more lost.
Have you any friends?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son.
You sent him on some preaching...
As a true believer.
Where did you send...
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
What do you mean when you say that I...
All scientists are in...
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask.
But you are seeking answer.
I am. What do you mean when you say...
All
quite a...
But you...
Well, what do you mean?
The beast is fought.
Really?
We must fight that is...
What is left?
Cleansing.
Tell me, Tobias. What exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Fire is just the instinctive answer of a caveman facing something.
Your lack of faith...
You're mad. And dangerous.
My son, if you've...
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he...
What do you mean?
All quite... you...
Well, what... Really?
We must...
What is... What do you mean? I am. What do you mean? Quite a job.
You are...
Well, I suppose I...
As a doctor, you must...
What do you mean?
The beast is finally...
I have heard... The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Good evening, miss. I'm Doc... I know what you're thinking. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. I know you understand what I'm saying. Very well. It's locked. I cannot enter.
these bloody leeches every night. E3. These two questions. I need to treat you.
Good evening, Mr.
Evening.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
So many deaths. And what of my own life?
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, Dr. Rick.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins. Goodbye, Nurse.
I wonder what you're...
Good evening.
I need blood.
Tell me, Thelma.
I'm...
Here again.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood. Where we... No offense.
You were an officer.
How close...
Wait.
Aren't you afraid?
She's quite...
You do...
Time has lost its effect on me. But the suffering continues.
Goodbye for now. Good evening, Mr.
Evening.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
So this is how it ends. Farewell, my life, you betrayed me, good.
Simpletons, these nurses.
Hello again,
Well,
Dr.
no
Reed.
respect.
What do you do?
I manage a not.
Why didn't you use your cross against...
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is...
My blanket. Cold will be my day.
What is the
The situation...
Who leads the gang?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina.
Has the gang...
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know?
Do you know Tom Watts? The Bart...
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing...
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The author...
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction...
You dared to enter this awful place alone.
I'm just a man trying to help his friend.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Cold will be my death.
Alright. Okay.
But
Good evening.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to...
Wise
Last warning, sir!
That leech is fast!
Did I just get one? Oh. Ah! Oh, hi, buddy. Here, give me a second, okay? Yes, there we go. It's gone. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Good.
Can I play Minecraft?
No, because I'm playing. No. You little silly goose. What about on the Switch? You have the on the Switch? Don't you know you have Minecraft on the Switch? You silly goose! Huh?